adapting to wherever they're refusing the wave curve. But as I say that, the root going out already out the gate. Fnatic getting first blood here over Ballistix.
Swimpy finding Murden, and this is something
16 to 20 here, and so far, not too crazy of a game.
the Tyrael versus Leoric combo. Actually, Schwimpy's in trouble, too far up there, and that'll be great punishment from Ballistix as they get their own first kill.
Yeah, Wubby's trying to get a counter kill here, but he's not going to have the ability to do so. Quacknix with the response as well. So both teams here, one kill on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Wubby's actually making the rotation onto Noblesse. He does have the Dwarf Toss, will get over the wall, and that third wind.
Of the gems for Fnatic if he could get those turn-ins, but guarding both turn-ins like a hawk has been Ballistix. Now Breeze is caught on the other side of Fnatic. Another kill for Ballistix.
Ballistix, perfect aggression. It seems like Noblesse patiently waiting in that bottom shrub and getting the as we move into the team fighting, because it is a must-have when Sanctification can negate so much. As I say that, though, they're going in very aggressive onto Zarya. Cleanse coming out in Tomb as well. The zone Breeze is absolutely pinned there. He's trying to withdraw the strafe over the wall, getting a lot of damage. And the Wailing Arrow onto Tomb. Noblesse doing so much damage, confirming 2 kills for nothing so far. Wubby trying to get more out of this, though, Gilly.
Twilight Dream came out too. Fnatic still want to go into this fight. SCSC is low, but he's way in the back. Azul gets taken down. It's a 3 for nothing for Ballistix. Make that the 1. Wubby finds a kill.
Yeah, Wubby has so many gems on him now, he cannot risk the death for his team. 58 gems are still in the hands of Ballistix here as the experience is pretty close to even, but we're going to take another look at this team fight. The Entomb pinning Breeze in the corner, sadly not going to be able to withdraw.
Now Wubby was trying to help get his teammate out, but Noblesse jumped over the wall and found Quacknix there, who was trying to safely strafe away and throw down extra damage. There's an Entomb on Nacho Jin. Smexy freezes there too. Here comes the Graviton Surge. Wubby going for the swing. Sanctification gets Ballistix out.
That was a lot of cooldowns from both sides. The fact that those are not going to be available for Ballistix, even though nobody gets a kill, Fnatic gets the upper. Force the issue, knowing that it is down.
Yep, the jump has happened onto Wubby too. This fort falling rapidly. Fnatic are ready to go into the fight. Here comes Schwimpy from the side. Jumping into, the Skeletal Mages are down for the slow. Onto Ballistix, a follow-up straight from Quacknix, doing damage. Cleanse on Murden, Noblesse using Avatar. Will he jump back in? Yeah,
Entomb is still off cooldown. Same with Zarya's Heroic at this point. We have 9 seconds for that up. Twilight Dream is available, but the health bars for Ballistix are slowly withered at here where Fnatic is full health. So they end up getting with a draw. And again, those fights in opening up the map, if that fort's not there, maybe Fnatic can keep pursuing this team fight. But as I say, that Wubby now is patiently baiting himself, using his E. The Entomb hitting him against the wall. Sanctification to deny. Graviton Surge coming out, Gilly.
Sanctification denied both of those heroics to Entomb and Graviton Surge. It's a perfect placement of that Fnatic pretty far up. Has hit Nacho Jin going in aggressively. He gets taken out. It's a 1-for-1.
It's a 1-for-1 trade here. You see Wubby trying to get the slow there. SCSC taking so much damage, he ends up getting his running gut out of that situation. And now that is a winning trade here for Ballistix, representing Korea. Half a level lead. They have a structural integrity advantage over their opponent's gem advantage as well. They're in control. As I say that, the Root and the Twilight Dream being burnt onto Noblesse. Cleanse from Soy will be able to ensure the Dwarf Toss out. And right now, Ballistix has a pretty
Nice safe one for Fnatic. Extra shields for Zarya. Ice block for Murden. Gloom for Vala too, but without 16, this is the point where Ballistix wants to engage. They don't have 16 quite yet themselves, but now just as they get it, they go in for the fight. A perfect time. Wailing Arrow is out. Twilight Dream goes down too. Vala is the first to fall. Twilight Dream has lessened the health bars of a couple of members of Ballistix up in the front, but Breeze is caught out. Body block taken down.
Sanctification barely keeping Junkrat alive. Swoy there with the heals as well as Wubby has to withdraw. The Root not going to be enough. Noblesse hits a perfect Stormbolt, and that is 3 for nothing here. Ballistix, 16 talent tier advantage, enough for a turn-in, possibly a boss here.
And they head straight to the boss. Lots of damage between the 3 heroes here, and with still 14 seconds left, they know that it's going to be nothing really that Fnatic could even do to defend this. The only nice thing for Fnatic is there is a sliver of a fort. Actually, as I say that, it goes down to minions, so this will be heading toward keep tier structures.
This is such a huge power play. Ballistix, you have Sylvanas on your team, a boss pressuring on top. Webweavers are going to get the follow-up. Maybe not perfect timing stacking the 2 on top of one another, but they are going to be looking to get a keep. And honestly, it is probably very realistic that keep is the least that they end up getting in this situation. Expect Youngha to try and get those holy grounds between any of the structures that they possibly can, zoning out Fnatic. There he goes for one attempt, and expect more between the keep and the turret there.
Ballistix choosing safety to make sure that the Web Weavers will be pushing back further. Noblesse and Youngha jump in, trying to, once again, like you said, get a holy ground that might be able to give them the kills needed to end the game here, but the boss is nice and healthy, and the Web Weavers have only just now dropped.
If they do not use Sanctification, they have the opportunity to use that onto core and end the game, zoning there with the holy ground. Wubby's in a rough spot, HotS in straight, trying to peel everybody away. Web Weavers and the boss wailing in as the wailing arrow ends up hitting. Sanctification negates Zarya's heroic at this point, and it looks like Ballistix is not done with Fnatic as they try to go in. Twilight Dream, so many beautiful rogues hit here.
Ballistix are starting to get pretty low, but they get a kill on Wubby. Noblesse barely staying alive, and Ballistix will walk away with full health bars, taking down one keep, and Web Weavers pushing still at that point for the turn-in that would almost certainly win the game.
Yeah,
it's a tough spot to be in.
Yeah, absolutely, especially when top lane is the only fort that is down on the side of Ballistix, meaning it's the most ideal lane to get the engage. As I say that, though, Holy Ground trying to split the team. He will be able to survive this situation for now. Great root coming out from Smexy. Swimpy is still yet to join the team, so you know Fnatic is on the retreat, and even with Ballistix not having the 20 yet, they do not care. They are absolutely maximizing the value of Nacho Jin on that Sylvanas.
Graviton Surge is ready. Wubby's starting to move in, seeing if he can find somebody with an Entomb. There's a lot of people with Escape, so it has to be the right target. They need to try to get away. Wailing Arrow has hit the back line. That's one thing down for Ballistix, but there goes the jump in. Twilight Dream, as members come in. Ice Block, but Smexy is so low, he's the first to go down.
And Noblesse diving the back line onto Vala. 3 people already dead here. Wubby's trying to retreat with Breeze, and already Ballistix with such a controlling team fight there. Move on to the keep with top keep already dead. They're not even questioning moving onto the core yet. They end up securing the mid keep. They're going to be moving on to core, and with 2 warriors left, I don't think Fnatic has what it takes. Ballistix is probably going to be able to take game number 1 here against Fnatic at BlizzCon 2016.
Ballistix in convincing fashion, 15 kills to 4. Greymane was pushing down there, and that has helped take down the towers. Smexy rotated in slow as SCSC. First blood for Fnatic.
That disengaged the body block. Squacknix with style.
That's flying down pretty early on, looking to see if they can get a setup. Breeze has caught him, stunned him out, warp toss over the wall. Quacknix stays safe, but it's pretty low.
Yeah, Smex with a very clutch heal there is barely going to be able to keep him up. And just look at how Ballistix, this is something I feel like no other team has done. Anytime that they feel that they have an upper hand, they are not afraid to sacrifice resources in other lanes just to push the issue, gain that experience onto the map. They're like, you know, we don't need the minion XP, we're going to get that structural experience. And all that does is exponentially speed up the map that is Sky Temple, the shots and the rotations. But again, we're at that 4-minute mark. Knights are taken here for Fnatic on the upper half, and we won't have that false stack global situation that we kind of, or at least I alluded to in the earlier half. So we'll see if they can take this fight, because it's going to be a flat-out brawl.
Well, Ballistix had already gotten that fort, so I guess it wasn't as necessary. They didn't feel like it was as necessary for them to have the bruisers pushing onto it. But I had noticed that about Ballistix too. They tend to keep 4 people generally together, and it makes it a lot safer and harder to get picks from the other team. Only having one person split soaking as much, and then everyone else feeling freer to move around and look for picks themselves.
Yeah, and that fort falling down means that if Fnatic ends up losing one person, Ballistix can be in hot pursuit of them. As I say that, Li Ming gets stunned out. Good cleanse coming up from Soy, going to peel off SC shots now going over to Fnatic for a short period of time. They are trying to get the engage, but again, that fort now is still available for Ballistix. They have an easy withdraw, and they're just, looks like they're going to just back out on the shots. They are not worried about it. They got what they wanted out of it, and that is a fort.
Falstad goes back up in the top. The bruisers were starting to do some damage to towers, but Fnatic want to make sure that they actually take down this fort. Jumping in, getting a kill onto Johanna, and bringing down the bot fort.
Such calculated aggression. The minute Falstad represented himself in the upper half of the map, Europe and Fnatic just instantly engaged. Now they have an experience advantage. The 10 mark is a huge one, so they end up moving into the boss. They know they can do this. Nobody is going to be able to get 10 now. We need to keep in mind that if somehow Ballistix ends up getting 10 in time, they do have the opportunity to fly down to Gus, but nobody's soaking in all the lanes to be able to make that happen. And so Fnatic, smart abuse of their power spike here. They back out, they get the boss. They need to now rotate to the upper half of the map. That is going to be wailing away at bottom keep. Somebody has to answer for Ballistix. That could be free. out here. Now Fnatic, a half level experience advantage over their opponents. It's structural integrity, roughly dead even, a little bit of an advantage here for Fnatic. And they are going to have to show that their team fight in this composition is going to be well executed as they seem to invade these Knights, or Giants.
Yeah, Breeze knew that somebody was probably going to come down from Ballistix. The Giants were the only place to find any sort of opportunity for a fight and to get some push on the battleground. And Ballistix rotation comes in time to be able to steal their own away. Now, not feeling so comfortable in moving over the halfway point of the mark, Fnatic will pick up their own just in time for the next temple phase.
And again, because the structures are in small advantage of Fnatic, boss was taken already. The bottom doesn't gain near as the value that you typically see. So we'll see if Ballistix tries to maybe abuse the fact that they do have that global and kind of risk the shot somewhere, but instead it seems that everybody is making that rotation down below. Keep in mind, Johanna has not been scouted. She is sitting in the shrub up above, maybe getting a flank. As I say that, she moves in to peel for Zhengha, and as Tyrael moves in to get those early shots. This is chokehold fights for that sanctification is so crucial.
SCSC is pretty low in health, moving on back to make sure to get healed up. Those heals don't come immediately because it's Malfurion. There's always a point for a Void Prison, and that's it. That's where Zhengha found it. 4 people inside of it. The gust on Breeze. Sanctification comes out of Twilight Dream, and Tychus gets destroyed. As does Greymane. 2 kills. Zhengha going after a third, takes out Spexy. Does he? Shield so good. There goes the kill.
That stun onto the Malfurion to try and negate it, but Breeze, actually the warrior here, going in, turning the fight. Wubby has no mana, he has to withdraw. He has his passive though. SCSC is a bit too healthy, and so they end up turning that fight, almost making it even here, but I can't help but focus on the fact
to come back.
Yeah, and the Void and Twilight Dream are still up at this point in time. The shots are very limited here. Fnatic, actually Tyrael is going to be isolated. They're going to get choked in. They do have the Void Prison available. And Zhengha just getting the harass. Blackman is trying to get on the response. Wubby is trying to get the 1v1 up there. White is not going to be able to heal him. Go for the throw, wasn't even used, and he gets deleted. Wubby is not done. There's no fort to retreat. Quacking's trying to make it happen with the Twilight Dream. The turn, no Ancestral.
Sanctification though seems a few more members alive, and Fnatic can try to continue this fight. They take out Lead Me, no more resets, but Rhaegar goes down. This fight is so back and forth. Drill being used.
The passive! Boom! The Ice Block! The Ice Block denies it! Explode! Tries to withdraw. The Raze is going to say, not today! And that is 3 for 3 in an absolute bloodbath!
Schwimpy out of mana. Breeze almost out of health. Nitrogen moving back. Was Gus. Those are way too good. A boss control heroic, and Fnatic with a lot of melee heroes might have trouble defending this huge push, this giant siege for Ballistix.
Absolutely, and here it is, 16 still just barely out of reach of Fnatic for now. Ballistix is trying to just wail at it. The laser is going to be burnt down. Great job from Nitrogen getting the harass. Zhengha confirms its death here. 16 has now been picked up for Fnatic. Are they going to try and move past? Holy Ground available as well. As I say that, they move in, the root, the bot slam, and Twilight Dream. One's going down, and that's a Void.
Perfect execution of those heroic abilities, and Void Prison has been hit, no bless. Wanting to go after the 2 members inside, but Sanctification as they come out. Zhengha shoots on Ancestral Healing. Smexy with the save on the Quacknick.
With that root! Oh my goodness, reset after reset. SCSC!
Oh, there's 1 kill. Falstad taken out, but it's just Quacknick against
so
the
low.
world. Ballistix are pretty low.
They're cycling out the tanks here because they are so low. The splash damage on the core gonna hit Zhengha. Noblesse is still wearing it 40%. Quacknix doesn't know what to do. He doesn't have enough. He dashes in. SCSC goes on the laser. Confirms the kill.
They have vision on somebody who has gotten low after Tracer has put damage down.
Smacks.
We go right in from there. Smexy's
Polymorph's
body
already
blocked.
down.
That is a power slide. First blood for Ballistix.
Patience there in the. It's in their best interest to try and go blow for blow in this first nuke phase.
In the bottom, Rhaegar's being zoned out of that nuke, and Nitrogen's trying to pull this nuke into the mid, and Smexy has phase shifted in. At least it was Brightwing who went down. She had a low respawn timer since earlier on. Zhengha's getting pretty low, and Breeze is starting to rotate up, as is Falstad. Quacknick's flying in.
Yeah, Tesla are getting the delay. Polymorph coming on to Zhengha. He hits it back and get the tap. Chen is on the withdraw as well. Smex starting the channel. Li Ming ends up missing her missiles. She has to throw the orb, ends up landing, but the delay is there. Wubby trying to stall, get the shields out as best as he can, but somehow we do see that Fnatic, with that double support composition, is just bullying them off. Quacknix just doesn't even care. Nukes in their face, and this is going to be both nukes going over to Fnatic, even though they lost somebody at the direct spawn. Very well played here from the European representative.
Later on, something like that may not work out so well for Fnatic, but because in top, it's him playing a Chin instead of the Zeratul we thought we might see, keeping Jungha on that hero, but Smexy has kept a hold of this nuke, have not shot the second nuke off yet.
Jungha picking up the camp, the polymorph, the engage above. Great dash there from SCSE. I don't think he's going to be able to make it out. He throws and he falls. Fnatic here showing signs of life in the tournament. The nuke you talked about a bit earlier is going to be used here in the upper half of the map. And Fnatic might be able to get a pick. Such a great 1v1er.
Fnatic have a lot of people who can stall out pretty safely too, Schwimpy being a good one, Tassadar another safe, Psionic Storms, and that's allowing Fnatic to bully the side that should normally be safe for Ballistix to pick up. Meanwhile, on the bottom, the supports are duking it out for those. Falstad's already picked up one nuke, so there's 2 nukes left. Yeah, Zeratul ended up getting his as well as he makes the rotation down, so it's going to be a 4-man skirmish here, but only 3 people there for Fnatic, so they're at a disadvantage. Are they going to be able to get a pick? Meanwhile, on the bottom, there's a skirmish as well. Rhaegar is on the retreat. Now he's going to join the team. Wubby, though, ends up going down. A lot of harass on Noblesse. Wimpy's very, very low. Swoy, 2. But it looks like Fnatic ends up losing this, but they did end up picking up the nuke on the lower half of the map in the process. So, you know, it comes down to the trade-off. Are you going to get more value out of that nuke and experience than you get out of that 1 kill? And I would argue that's probably a winning trade here for Fnatic. Very well done from them, trying to use their map control. And another part of that win. Fire. Sanctification was picked up, so it's not going to get the Judgment Dream in isolation there. Everything else seems very standard across the board. Pick off onto Schwimpy. A big call out for Fnatic, or excuse me, Quacknix going a very aggressive. Jungha gets the Ancestral right before the Gus isolation. Now he is out of position. Stage shot coming in. Quacknix is in trouble. It slows down. He wants to trade out for Jungha, but doesn't get it. Nacho Jin gets a reset and a kill. And most importantly, ends up getting that nuke. He tried to dispose of it before he ended up dying, but the bird corpse is left there, and the nuke is left over to Ballistix here. They end up channeling here as they siege up. This is the exact moment we were talking about for Ballistix. They're so good at just forcing any issue that they can. Screw the experience elsewhere. We're going to start sieging up, make you answer to us, and they have another nuke still into their hands. We'll see if they want to use that nuke now. Use it maybe on the 4 in mid that has sustained some damage. Push in as well and start to get some keep damage too, opening up a win condition on Warhead Junction. Fnatic doing what they can to push back Ballistix. They'd love to take that nuke back, but it won't be the case. Soy is safely behind his gate, but Jungha caught out in action. Throwing out the lightning round, getting the pick. Ends up burning 2. Jungha gets the Vorpal Blade. Tassadar shields from Wubby will aid him. But again, they need to buy time here. The fact that we do have Fnatic, with Quacknix specifically, is in the top lane, getting the channel. Leeming teleports in, is going to be able to get the stall as well. That was a very big play coming out from Nacho Din there. Very heads up, map awareness, and barrel roll in here from Quacknix. Ancestral healing has to be used. In the back, Noblesse stage dives in, and Fnatic are split apart. Wubby dying. Zeratul going down too. That's a 1-for-1. It's a 1-for-1 trade here, which is going to be big. Storm, Earth, and Fire comes out. Schwimpy's going to get the dash. He's looking towards Noblesse. Quacknix is trying to stop his retreat. He does have a nuke here. So does Swoy. Quacknix is in a bad spot. Power Slide, great cleanse is going to help him. He barrel rolls over the wall. And that will be Quacknix getting away. SCSE starting to take damage. The fight is not over though. There's still 1 nuke left here as 1 is shot off by Ballistix. Yeah, and the channeled nuke there is going to get a lot of, is going to be a great position here for Ballistix now, not risking any of the nukes for their team. There are only 1 at this point in time. Great Gus is going to get the isolation. The polymorph as well. Cleanse onto the Chen. He will be able to brew. Keep in mind, we've had enough time for the members to spawn. They're coming back. Jungha has his Void Prison. He might be able to look for the engage. Great Oracle from Wubby. Will spot him out though. Schwimpy is on the chase for Jungha. Polymorph from Smexy. Noblesse running into Quacknix with Lightning Rod on Swoy, and he's doing a ton of damage to Rhaegar. He takes him out! Auto attack Falstad skills so hard. Nacho Jin blinks. He goes down. Schwimpy. Absolute playmaker here on that Tracer. 2 kills for Fnatic, and Fnatic will get to pick up a nuke now. Can push in.
is up, but with 2 members down and only 1 global, it doesn't matter. This is going to be a free boss. How many nukes do we have in control here? Fnatic has 2 nukes in their hands. This could lead to a keep. A lot of experience going to be available considering the top 4 is there as well. That will be a 15 and a quarter power spike, but they don't care. Ballistix is still looking to force this issue. Jungha with the Void. Tassadar is not there. Sanctification. Gus. Nukes go down. Void goes down. It's going to be timed perfectly. The nukes go in. Is it going to land? Breeze is in such a bad position.
Breeze is going to hit by a nuke too. Breeze is going to go down.
Nobody's on point.
On the point. They have to put Smexy on the point. He goes into ice block. They've taken action. Fnatic's going to get this.
And they get the boss. 4 for 3. Oh my gosh.
Wobby rotated up in time, but now he's in trouble. He's struggling. Dimensional shift. Use Fnatic goes down. All 5 members.
What did I just witness?
I don't even know.
Stage dive, they're trying to zone. We've seen this from the before.
We have.
It worked against MVP Black. Will it work against Ballistic? They're going in. Holy ground. Gets the split. He doesn't care. He dashes over. That's going to be a stage dive, Gilly.
Stage dive is in. No blessed by the point, but he gets polymorphed and he has to power slide away. Smexy is pretty low and is going to use his...
The point only hits 1.
He's used ice block. The boss is so low.
The Gus is still available. Gus is still available. If they commit to the Storm, Earth, and Fire, diving onto Smexy, everyone is split. The boss is throwing out the banelings to Holy Ground. That is going to be Gus. No boss control. Smexy's gone down. Storm, Earth, and Fire is getting ripped through. Breeze as well. He doesn't get through. They don't let it rechain completely here, and it looks like Ballistix going to be moving on to the boss. That call, so risky here. Wubby gets his passive proc. Schwimpy is trying to ensure that they do not get this boss. Everyone's so low for Ballistix, they won't get it.
Schwimpy has pulse bomb. He has
What?
pulse bomb. He gets the kill. That's the kill.
They're on the chase. Oi, you got a nuke. Quackix goes in. SCSC trying to drink. He is going to not survive.
The crowd is roaring for Fnatic. They tie up the kills 2 for 2.
Everybody's so Jungha has blood in his eyes. He goes on to Quackix. The shield's going to keep him up. Great bait. They lose Tracer. The reset. And Wobby, you have no mana. I'm sorry, my friend, but you're going to be going down too. The nukes are up. 1 is already in their control. Boss as well. Everything has...
Be very
They
strong.
don't
That's
care,
when the
man.
nukes have upgraded. Here we go again.
How many bosses can Fnatic start? Can Fnatic start? Can Fnatic start?
How many bosses can they take?
That's a better question here. All right, let's look at it. Saints up, Holy Ground, Gus,
Gus.
everything.
EP.
SCSC sniffs it out. The Panda's there. Stage dive's there too. Blink will be able to peel away. Great force wall with the isolation. They do let the reset onto the boss. Breeze is in a rough spot. Cleanse comes out, so does Gus. Now that's a lot of boss control.
That is, and Fnatic knows it. Starting to move back. Schwimpy does not have what they need for Pulse Bomb yet. The start of this, the catalyst to be able to take someone down.
To be fair, he gets a lot of free value off of the SCSC. Every time he goes to try and get that brew,
Yeah.
you see him trying to stack that pulse bomb as quick as he possibly can. As we say that, though, Ballistix has reached 20. Same with Fnatic. What's going to happen? Again, we see them stacking force in the issue, and the camp pushing on the bottom half, so it will be wailing away at the night, or excuse me, keep front wall. Wubby takes harass. Jungha's pinned against the wall. He has to blink, and you see him go. He's trying to get away. The Void Prison used just on the Quackix, but look at the damage from the Li Ming, Saint, and the Blade out.
Ancestral Healing keeps Nitrogen alive. That enables Ballistix maybe to start getting some resets. SCSC has gone to the
That body
Storm Earth and
block.
Fire, and the jumping in from Chin. There is a big choke point, but Jungha is low
They're losing
once
their
again. Chin is back. It's only Storm left.
That's a keep. They were buying time. That's all they wanted. And the minute that they get that, they just nope right out of here. Noble S is in a bad spot. Schwimpy's on the pursuit here, but it is, you
He's
can
gonna
literally
fly.
look at it. The fly in. Noble
Fly
S
in there.
stage side, but he gets polymorph. The cleanse. He goes down.
Polymorph perfect once again from Smexy. A quick kill for Fnatic, and now again a boss is up.
Yeah, that keep is just one shot. It is
my.
pretty much dead here for Fnatic. So they are in a bad spot here. Task might try and clear it out. Brightwing going in. Nitrogen's in a really bad spot. Polymorph comes into play. He's gonna barely survive the storm. So Schwimpy with the recall. Nukes.
Pulse Bomb did not connect. Jungha though still gets taken out. The nuke's gonna come down and hit.
He flies out.
He flew out just in time to not get hit from the nuke. How did he get out of there? Another kill.
Yeah, And now the nukes are spawning, and they don't care. Everything about Fnatic is focused onto these bosses. Chen gets polymorphs. He does not have Storm, Earth, and Fire. The nukes, again, have spawned. They're all over the map here. 2 on the bottom, 1 in the mid, 1 in the upper half. With 2 people dead, this is where they're going to go into the boss. This is going to be their focus. We don't have any nukes, 1 nuke in the hands of Wubby on that Tassadar. That's actually your prime target to have it on. He is so difficult to be able to kill with that double E build. 13-16. Schwimpy is going to be going aggressive. They need to get these picks ancestral very early. Polymorph use.
There is the stage dive 2 on Suspexy, but he had his Ice Block available. Sanctification goes down to try to let Fnatic get a kill. Pulse Bomb was down, but Stormer and Fire allows Chen to stay safe. Breeze trying to get out for his life. He has no mana. He's been hit. Polymorph in, no blast. Tyrael take it down, but he's going to go in with the passive.
Oh, but Schwimpy tries to tag the backline. He gets the recall. It's a 4-for-4. Wubby's in a bad spot. Again, he's hard to kill. Ballistix is not stopping. He gets the pick. The stun coming up. Keep in mind, Jongha is rotating right now. Zeratul is moving in. He has Void. This could be a bad spot. Fnatic, are you too greedy? Panda goes down. No. And now it's 4 for nothing. He flies.
The fly is there. No block. Touch a bullet over the wall too. Quackix is still on the chase. Polymorph has hit Jongha.
Is he gonna Gus? He's trying to save it for the boss. Noblesse eating a lot of damage. That Void is only gonna hit 1 person, and that's not the target you want. Noblesse now in retreat. Quackix says beef. It's what's for dinner. Will he get it? He gets the W, and it goes down. That's 5 people dead. I think Fnatic's been able to do it. They show signs of life. The nukes come out, and they're gonna be able to turn it around and make the series 1-2 for them.
Not just a team wipe, not just a boss nukes, plus a team wipe. A ghost out. Quackix flying over the court in style. Fnatic have brought this series back, and they are keeping their hopes as global champions alive.
You can see it on his face, and I can't help but put here on Towers of Doom, which means we have 3 available. Globals, I can't help but harp on it enough, are going to be even for these teams until level 10. So we'll see who ends up making the rotation here. Both teams capturing the top one on their own. You see Schwimpy, he is kind of posted up. Stitches is not going to, Leeming's not even going to delay. So it's all going to be the focus here on this bottom shrine, Gilly.
Fnatic set up in a good way too, knowing that with Falstad being able to fly down, that's great. And Schwimpy is not the most mobile hero in the world on Sergeant Hammer specifically. So just posting up, there's going to be a quick dimensional shift to get Tassadar away from the hook and entangling roots that followed up.
Yeah, that's a cooldown that's going to be down or up quicker than the hook itself. Noblesse trying to zone double channel. They need to get both of them. Wubby's delayed, Smexy delayed as well, but Noblesse is sitting at under 25% health. Huge orb there from Nacho Jin, doing very well. Another hook, another root though. The polymorph is the delay. Swoy's under pressure, but so is Schwimpy. Everybody's health bar is in a bad spot, but Smexy goes down here, and that is going to be the second channel for Ballistix as they get a 4-shot advantage, kill, and a bit of experience, Kelly.
Falstad and Sergeant Hammer did quite a number to Noblesse on Murden, and this is early.
See that from them.
I believe in you. I know you'll coin a tournament.
Yeah.
They do also understand that when they need to rotate 2 lanes. They moved up to the top, didn't lose too much from that, so still soaking it up, the experience from the lane there. Ballistix has shown in the past to focus on both of the sapper camps. Schwimpy sieging up pretty far
thrusters either. He sacrifices himself. He's going to be a tank going down. Tracer is still in pursuit. Smexy's getting body blocked here by Noblesse. Stormbolt's going to be up in a couple of seconds. There it is. SCSC confirms the kill here, and that is going to be a 2 for nothing. And we're talking about the positioning of Hammer. He got aggressive with the thrusters, thinking on the back half. Keep in mind, Falstad and Stitches are both there. They're going to try and make a play as they just barely reach 10 here. There it is.
Hook is on. There's the gorge.
Is the Gus going to be enough? Isolating 1. Keep in mind, that's Tracer. She's a rough target.
Yeah.
Right wing teleports in.
There's a Force Wall 2 separating some of the members of Fnatic away. And Poly...
Make some noise because we've
lost no breeze. In front for...
Getting a takedown. It's a Dragonite. We'll be going to...
Taking the Gorge is going to isolate a single target if you want the pick. It also pairs with the Gorge itself, and then if anybody gets onto Schwimpy, you can just mosh pit around him, say dance, and then hopefully it makes it happen. But Nacho Jin's gotten such good harass there. Schwimpy posting up has not been necessarily the most successful the 2 to 3 times we've seen that from him, usually taking a lot of damage. Both the globals are still on top though.
Breeze is doing a good job of trying to wear the damage coming out from Nitrogen. There's another hook. Nitrogen quick to teleport away in time, as Wubby does have Gorge back up, and with this close, there's maybe a spot where you could Gorge someone in and take them into the kill zone.
Yeah, but there's going to be a lot of dashes. The force wall says you shall not pass. The mosh pit's going to hit 3-4 people here. Wubby barely surviving, but nobody's dead yet. SCSC, the animation on Twilight Dreams canceled. The Gus into the wall of death. Quacknix so clutch here.
Li Ming is down, and Fnatic can try to continue this fight as a 5v4.
Schwimpy though, every time you do that, you scare me a bit. Noblesse goes in, the bomb goes in, he is gone! Very good job there from Fnatic, or excuse me, Ballistix, just ridiculous play. I can't help but put more emphasis on Schwimpy. Every time we see him siege, it's just at least 90% of his health.
Yep. The damage was still there even in losing one person from Ballistix, and that has allowed Ballistix to be 13, and this bottom point is still being held by Ballistix. They have done such a good job of just defending this, because they know that as long
That's going to be 18 on the core here for Fnatic. They don't have 13 tier advantage. You can tell they don't want that fight. Quacknix is just trying to clear the wave on mid as best as he possibly can. The hook over, Tassadar's not your target. He's got double E as well. Prescience will come into play here. The root on him, Gus is going to push them away, so a little bit of mixed communication here, Gilly.
Well, the Twilight Dream went down, but Noblesse was the one who was caught, and he is nice and tanky as Muradin. Nitrogen throwing out damage, another
so
hook.
Beautiful. Such great play. Did you see that right there with the Disintegrate pressured out? The minute he saw the hook animation, willing to cancel it, blink away, ensuring the fact that he's going to survive, not taking the risk there. Alun's great, doing a great job. Noblesse diving in. Quacknix is in a really bad spot. Tracer's trying to secure the kill. Breeze wears the pulse bomb with that power slide, but his poor Stitches so isolated, ends up going down. Fnatic finally hits 13 talents here after they have already lost a member of their team.
They used a lot for that fight. It didn't pay off. Swoy gets another altar with 5. It's going to be even more shots.
I can't help but put focus on the sapper abuse on that bottom half of the map here for Ballistix. We've never seen a team really try and do that. Breeze, he smells the boss, but is he going to try and sacrifice himself? Nobody's going to be there for him. Bell Tower was picked up on bottom here for Fnatic. That is really the bright side of the situation. Gorsh is on the Murd, and he still has Dwarf Toss, so they need to get the pairing with the synergy. And he's not even caring. He's just going to be like, you know, we'll wear that. I'm not in the wall of death. I'm not into anything here. And again, Fnatic is looking at 6 shots left on their core. They have 4 Bella Towers currently in control. Everything seems to just be falling apart here, Gilly, for Fnatic.
And it really is the problem that there is so much escape from Ballistix. If it's Muradin who gets pulled in, it's Dwarf Toss, and he's able to get out, not quite being in the kill zone.
Not going to land.
And Tingling Roots were there. They have all the synergy they need. To make it happen, they just have to land the hooks. Schwimpy finally starting to siege up, and an orb comes out, drops him to half.
Yeah, and he's like, well, that wasn't the brightest idea I've ever had, so we'll see if we can make something happen elsewhere. Noblesse going in, great job, Breeze, wearing the stun onto Schwimpy. He is just, Noblesse is not even pressured back here. He's the dwarf who's just dancing onto the backline. Finally, Quacknix putting the pressure in. Stormbolt, Schwimpy, though, is at already 10%. All the resources there. The entire team is split. Mosh Pit's only onto one target. Gus is still available. Tracer diving everyone, not carrying Twilight Dream on all of them. The whole team is split here. And at the end of it all, no one dies. Altars spawn, and this could be match point.
This could be it. 3 altars available. At least Fnatic has all of their bell towers, but this is going to be tough. They have to get these.
Fnatic needs to get these shots. If they
do.
lose 2 altars, they lose this game. They fall out of the tournament. They cannot let this happen. They see them posturing over for 1. The global on the bottom half, 2 people committed, 4 Ballistix down below. This is going to be rough.
Fnatic are down, but they are not out. Running in to try to steal the shots away. Schwimpy is zoning, hits the concussive blast back. Malfurion simultaneously channeling. Wubby gets 1. No, it's not been picked up. They have to try to do this again. Malfurion comes in, though he has picked up their own.
This is so rough. So SCSC gets the delay again. If they lose this bell tower, they lose the game. There's going to be the hook, Gilly. I don't know if they have what it takes.
Jungha dimensional shifts away. Fnatic are fighting for their lives at this point.
They're on the retreat. Noblesse dives in again onto Schwimpy in the rough positioning, Gilly. This is, oh my gosh, such a bad spot. Swoy's going to start the channel.
There's a force wall. Swoy started the channel. Fnatic have to go in now. They have to get in. Breeze jumping in. Wubby has gone in too. So many heroes have been used. ET